We thought we knew where Bo Bichette belonged, the fiery heart of the Blue Jays' youthful powerhouse, a shortstop destined to anchor the franchise for a decade. But when the Blue Jays suddenly, shockingly, pivoted away from securing their own homegrown star and instead dropped a 4-year, $60 million bomb on Japanese star infielder Kensuke Okamoto, did they actually light the fuse on Bichette's sudden, dramatic exile, signaling a definitive end to his tenure in Toronto?
The bigger question now isn't if he moves, but whether the Los Angeles Dodgers, already flexing $294 million in payroll muscle and operating with the quiet intensity of a predator who has spotted the perfect final meal, secretly views Bichette as their final, inevitable championship crown jewel, even over bigger names. Welcome back to 605 News 1, where the hot stove isn't just simmering, it's raging out of control, fueled by aggressive international signings, domestic disappointments, and the high-stakes chess match of which team gets the final critical piece of talent. The Blue Jays' pursuit of Okamoto was, by all accounts, a masterclass in swift, stealthy acquisition, swooping in late when the Padres and Pirates thought they had the inside track, a strategy commentator Mark Feinsand labeled the midnight highway robbery. Toronto's spending this winter has been staggering, nearing $337 million after securing Dylan Cease, Tyler Rogers, and Cody Poteet, and Okamoto's $60 million is perhaps the most revealing of all. Why? Because it defines the team's new core philosophy and highlights exactly where Bichette no longer fits. The Jays are obsessed with contact. They were the least strikeout-prone team in baseball last year with a 17.8% K rate, and Okamoto fits that mold perfectly despite his power. His strikeout rates plummeted from 19% to 11% over the last 3 seasons in NPB, and critically, his career-high zone contact rate of 90% is exactly the controlled aggression Toronto covets. As baseball strategist Iron Mike Reynolds put it, this isn't just about covering third base, this is about cultural alignment. They want controlled thunder, and Okamoto delivers that precise, disciplined approach, unlike the perceived volatility and defensive question marks they still hang over Bichette. This is where the emotional narrative sharpens. Bichette wanted to be a lifer in Toronto. He sought a long-term extension only to find the front office lukewarm, considering alternatives like Alex Bregman, while opening their wallets wide for everyone else. It's a classic case of unrequited loyalty, pushing a star toward the exit door. The market immediately recognized the opportunity, and suddenly, the Yankees, Cubs, and most prominently, the Dodgers began circling. Bichette is now the premium trade asset because Toronto has seemingly solved its infield with Okamoto at third, Clement at second, and the positional shuffle solidified. But why Bichette for the Dodgers, especially when the massive prize of Kyle Tucker remains ostensibly available? This is the central conflict in Los Angeles. Many observers, focused solely on raw offensive ceiling, argue that the Dodgers should go all in on Tucker. Yet this counter-argument fundamentally misses the strategic necessity of the current Dodgers roster composition. As analyst Dr. Eleanor Vance keenly observed, the Dodgers lineup is a left-handed leviathan: Freeman, Ohtani, Smith. They need balance, right-handed stability that provides both contact and power. Tucker, while phenomenal, is projected to command a contract upwards of $300 million and potentially involves complex trade hurdles, whereas Bichette is both cheaper, likely available for around $160 million over 6 years, even if competition drives up the price, and offers a desperately needed high-quality right-handed bat capable of 20-plus home runs annually. But the true strategic masterstroke, the plot twist that makes Bichette invaluable to the Dodgers, lies in his positional flexibility and its effect on the defense. Bichette's impressive return to second base during the World Series, his first true stint at the position professionally, erased lingering doubts about his defensive capabilities outside of shortstop. The Dodgers have quietly signaled that acquiring Bichette to play second base would allow them to shift Tommy Edman, an elite defender, permanently to the center field spot they desperately need to fill. This chess move not only solidifies the infield for the short term, but perhaps more critically, positions Bichette as the heir apparent to Max Muncy at third base once Muncy's contract expires after this season.
A rumored Dodgers insider, identified only as the negotiator, reportedly leaked, "We prioritize Bichette because he's a cleaner, more impactful deal than Tucker right now. If we land him, we don't just solve second base, we gain a long-term right-handed solution for third base post-Muncy, and we instantly fill the gaping hole in our outfield by making Edman mobile." The Dodgers' history of rational, value-driven FA signings suggests they might balk if the bidding war with the Yankees escalates his price too high. But we must consider the Diaz effect. Edwin Diaz, despite drawing massive interest, chose the Dodgers on a surprisingly short, team-friendly contract, primarily because of the overwhelming allure of winning a title in Los Angeles. Bichette, facing a sudden, painful departure from the only team he has known and desperately wanting a championship ring, might prioritize destiny over dollars. For the Dodgers, the best-case scenario is simple. Bichette, driven by a desire to prove Toronto wrong and capture the ultimate prize, accepts a deal slightly below market rate to secure his place in the West Coast powerhouse. Bichette to the Dodgers isn't just possible, it's the logical, mathematically sound, and emotionally compelling move that stabilizes their defense and cures their left-handed bias in one fell swoop. The Blue Jays chose the safe, known quantity in Okamoto. The Dodgers are positioned to claim the wounded, hungry star ready for his next act. What do you think of Toronto's aggressive pivot to Okamoto, and where do you predict the newly available, exiled Bo Bichette will finally land?
Is he destined for Dodger Blue, or will the bidding war force LA to step back? Let us know your predictions in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow baseball fanatics, and subscribe to 605 News 1 for daily updates on this frantic, unpredictable offseason.